Hello, everyone. I'm very happy to be able to join you this way. I'm sorry it can't be in person, and I hope there will be an opportunity for us all to get together in the future. Video seems to be the way we have to go, and Zoom and all kinds of other ways we've had to survive the last year and a half. I am very happy to be able to talk about my time at Lincoln. It was an important time for me. I actually had 6 years at Lincoln, and I went to Park Avenue for my elementary school, so I am a true South Side person. First and foremost, I want to talk about the excellent education that I received. And I'm going to name some of the teachers, even though many of them are long gone, because I think it's an important way for us to remember the people who have had an important influence on our lives. So the first one is Mabel Iowa Robbins, who had been teaching for 50 years by the time we had her, and she was quite an institution. I just came across some one video and one audio interview with her, and it was really charming to listen to her. She was quite a pioneer in so many ways. We had the only Russian language course in the city of Des Moines, and students came from other schools to take that course and be part of our class. Ms. Kirchhoff was the teacher, and she had been our Latin teacher and then went back to school so that she could teach us Russian. She was excellent at both, and Russia ended up being one of the first places I traveled outside of North America, where I had by that time learned some Spanish too, and needless to say, confused both of them and everyone I tried to speak to. Mr. DeMuth was the English teacher. He taught me how to write and write well, a skill that has done me in good stead for most of my life. I think a lot of it came from him also being a journalism professor and teaching us about being clear and succinct. Mr. Blenderman taught social studies, and I became a sociologist, so I think he must have been pretty successful. And I can't remember whose class it was in, his or Mr. DeMuth's, that we had a debate about the first bill to provide subsidized health care for elderly people. And most of my classmates, it was the first government program of this kind, and most of my classmates were vehemently opposed. I was in favor, I still am, and I think many of them may have changed their minds by now. Science class was with Mr. Kern and Mr. Kent, and in science, I was able to do a science project with one of my classmates, which we entered in a science fair and did very well. But we got a lot of teasing from our classmates for torturing the chickens. We learned a lot about hormones and what they do in terms of growth and development. But we also learned a lot about chickens and how they're not very nice or very clean animals. So when I look back, I see how many of my formative educational experiences came from my time at Lincoln. There were many activities after school, and I'm not athletic, but I did a lot of the other things with the language clubs and drama. I was even in a school play. We used to have movies at lunchtime, and my favorites were always the science fiction movies, like The Blob. We had a great class, and pretty much everybody got along. And we've stayed in touch ever since, and I try never to miss one of our 5-year reunions. Some of my closest friends are friends I've had since I was in kindergarten. And we even have a little group of ALHS grads in New England. There were 2 teachers and staff who were really important to me. The first one was Faye Cleary, who was the school nurse. And I knew even then that I was interested in health, so I was on her staff, spent a lot of time with her. She was a wonderful role model and support. And I hope she is happy somewhere that I was able to use that to start one of the first model school health programs in the United States, right here in Hartford for our 35,000 student program, many of whom are low-income kids. The teacher who supported me the most was Mr. Kent, Hugh Kent. Not only was he my science teacher, but he was my homeroom teacher. And he was just a lovely, charming, funny man. And he was always there for me, not just to encourage me academically, which he certainly did, but also when I was concerned that I had no dates and why was that and how was it going to be in college. And he was just always there helping me along. I was able to go back and visit him at one point and tell him how important he was to my career. All of my teachers instilled a sense of excellence and prepared us well for college. I also received another very special gift, which was the James Rosenfeld Scholarship, which paid for my entire time at the University of Iowa. I will never forget that opportunity and hope to give it back in as many ways as I can. I think the most important message for today's students is to make learning a lifelong activity. Pursue those thoughts and ideas that give you energy and passion. Learning does not just happen in the classroom, it happens everywhere. It happens in music, in conversations, in visiting different places. So find what makes you happy and gives you energy. I'm very grateful that my educational life started at Park Avenue in Lincoln, and it's been very important for my life and career. It's an immense honor. I thank everyone for it. And I would like to congratulate my co-inductees, Laddie, Doug, and Mike, all of whom are friends, as well as the 2021 inductee. Thank you.